What's up, team? It's me, Jay Keogh, and this is the drama. Look, this week was kind of ridiculous. This last week, I should say. Like, I was finishing up the week, and I was, just getting out of my live streaming shit, and I just was fucking surprised when I was live streaming, and I finished my live streaming, and I start playing, a game on the side with my homegirl, and I get a message from my fucking guild leader talking about some bullshit going on. So, I'm working through this stupid crap, and it's just got me thinking, like, every single guild that I've been a part of, I can't seem to get away from the drama whatsoever. It's like no guild is immune to drama. I mean, it's just people, but people can't seem to recognize or realize or whatever. They take this shit so fucking seriously, they're treating it like a job. So I, in turn, to counter that, have to also treat it like a job. But that's, regardless, I'm not trying to make World of Warcraft my job, but or any other thing, I'm not trying to make the guild my job unless I'm gonna start getting paid from this stuff, which obviously I would love to start getting paid, but realistically, end of the day, I'm not gonna start getting paid until I start making more fucking content, which hasn't happened yet. I'm obviously doing it now, but it's not exactly so straightforward, where you just start making money and you just start getting paid. Speaking of, we're actually about to hit 100 followers on our Twitch channel, and I think we're really close to 10 subscribers, which is crazy. We just hit 16 subscribers on the YouTube channel today, but I haven't really done anything. I've got one video that I've posted with 1 video and 2 shorts, and I've got like a total 500 views on the account itself, so I'm not expecting anything as of right now. Regardless, I just can't seem to get away from this freaking guild drama, and it's obviously, we're people. It's people on people, we're playing World of Warcraft. What the fuck else do you expect? But the way that people go about it to counteract that, okay, we recognize it, right? There's assholes, and assholes are everywhere. The way that we'll counteract this guild drama bullshit is simply, the expectation of having people being an asshole in World of Warcraft. The way that we'll counteract that is simply by being good people. It is not so fucking hard to think about. You simply be a good person and good things will happen to you. I was nice to everybody. I offer help. I'm on all the fucking time. Everybody knows my fucking alias Man Butt. I'll take it. You at Man Butt, you're talking to Jay Keogh. That's just how it goes. That's what you can expect. And that's, I'm just being nice to people. It doesn't matter if it's a +2, if it's a +20, if it's a +22, or if it's a 0, or if it's fucking, you're a level 2. I don't care, right? You can hit me up, and that's how it's gonna be. At the end of the day, that's how it should be. So, regardless, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm looking at, but yeah, this week has just been ridiculous. Like, I was doing work. Okay, for my actual job, things were getting heated between my manager and I, but we got that shit figured out. That's just how it works. You sit down and you talk about it, and then you figure your shit out, and then you restart, and there it is. If you guys can continue working good after that, then you're both mature adults and you figured out how to interact with each other. But if you can't, then obviously you're not doing a good job, and your manager or you should do better. So regardless, I take that kind of bullshit, right? I'm playing WoW now, I'm trying to escape this crap, and yet here I am getting faced with more bullshit. So what am I gonna do to figure my shit out? Well, simply put, I am going to use my charisma, right? Roll my charisma checks like a motherfucker. And, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk. I'm going to use my intelligence and my investigation, and I'm just going to sit there. I'm going to roll my stats out, and I'm going to hit my advantages and my disadvantages as they come. And you already know that whenever I'm involved, I'm going to be sitting down and genuinely having a conversation with you. Because if you have a fucking issue with me, I'm going to want to talk to you about it. unless you're some random internet troll and you're not important to me whatsoever, then have a problem all you want. Bye-bye, buddy. I could give a fuck. But regardless, if you are somebody I care about or somebody that is a part of a squad or my community, I'm gonna want to help you out. You know, you're innocent until proven guilty in my eyes. That's how I like to imagine things should be. You know, even though in America it's kind of very much the opposite. You're labeled as something and people generally believe that's you until proven innocent, which is, you know, oh, he's a pedophile. Oh, well, you know, he never spent around children ever in his life, so how would you know? How would he know? You know, it's regardless. I like being nice to people. To counter this World of Warcraft toxic behavior thing, we should just be nice to each other. There's not a lot of us playing the game except the ones that have been playing the fucking game for a long time. And there's people like me who have played the game a long fucking time, but we're young. So we've got more playtime left per se, right? With more time that we may be interested, less obligations than say somebody who's 10, 20 years older than me who really started playing WoW right when it came out, right? And they weren't 6 years old when WoW dropped. They were fucking 22, right? They were my age now or whatever the fuck. Yeah, like those people are obviously gonna have way more likelihood of being busy, right? Having a family type shit. It doesn't matter what it is, right? But they're more likely to be busy. So, right, maybe they log on to be toxic, but to be honest, a lot of the guys that I meet that are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, right? All these guys are actually fucking cool as shit, but not everybody has decided to adhere from the World of Warcraft culture, right? The normal, I'm gonna treat you like a piece of shit pug that you are, right? Oh, he's just a pug, he's coming in, he's gonna leave, blah, blah, blah. Acting like this, there's no looking out for the fellow man. I know it's not supposed to be something that's huge, and it's hard because the game is fucking challenging and introducing new people to the game is an actual bitch of a concept. Oh my god, doing LFR is just ridiculously challenging because nobody knows the mechanics, and you'll sit down and you'll explain it to them, but it won't. And this is obviously a deeper problem, but I think the root of it could be fixed, like people wanting to go and learn, people wanting to be able to ask questions. Things like this should happen more organically if, and they would in my eyes, in this perfect world that I'm envisioning, if we were just kind to each other, we would actually go somewhere. You know, like we would probably see more people likely to move forward and want to learn the game, and more people coming into the game. You know, like the Blizzard is making a lot of changes to try to make it easier for new players to come and enjoy retail, and I totally get that. You know, the hardcore players can go play Classic, and when Classic Hardcore drops, we can go play that too. You know, I don't have any issues with that, but when the hardcore players play retail and the new players see that, it's intimidating. And the hardcore players are just fucking assholes. Like 100% of the time are just fucking pieces of shit to each other and everybody else, and they cause all this drama and they just stir up shit, and then, you know, it explodes. And it goes all over the fucking community and it trickles down. And when new people get into the game, they jump into this toxic pool. You know, it's just a toxic pit of dudes sitting in there who have been toxic, who were cultured into it, who maybe at some point were nice and are now toxic. I'm not saying the entire community is, but I know it and you know it. Everybody playing this motherfucking game has the capacity to be an actual fucking asshole. I've said it. If you played the game for 10 years, 12 years, maybe even 6 years, you've been an asshole. I guarantee it. If you're denying it, you're wrong. You've been an asshole. Because I have too. I know it. But regardless, I don't like that tradition. When I was really young and I was really just playing the game in Wrath and, you know, Kata, Mists of Pandaria, maybe some Burning Crusade, not really that much. I found it horrifying to go out and ask for fucking help. Because nobody wants to play with somebody who doesn't know shit. So I learned how to play the game, and I took my time, and I looked up my guides, and I watched Asmongold when he was fucking 100,000 subscribers type shit, you know, less than 100K. Oh man, those are the days. But regardless, I took the time and I learned it. Not everybody wants to do that. I think it would be more fun for people in an MMO to want to go and just hang out with their buddies and their buddies, or maybe make new buddies online who also do stupid things like role play or whatever, play the fucking game, right? They just go out and meet other people, and no risk or whatever, or fear of somebody shit talking you. But this is the internet we're talking about, and you know, maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's a bigger problem, but I just wanted to vent. I think, you know, it sucks when you're jumping from guild to guild to guild to guild. And I've got 12 plus years, 15 years of jumping, and I didn't really start jumping into guilds until later in my play experience. You know, I've got like 12 years, 13 years of experience with fucking just guild hopping. I was in a guild and then I just left. And then I was in a guild that I was just in, right? A lurker in, and I never did anything with my guild whatsoever. I just had the guild stuff, right? The heirlooms, the guild mount, the guild chest, the tabard, all that, right? And whatever else was coming. That's what I would take advantage of. But I never knew people would be cool with you if you asked for help. Hey, you know, what is a Mythic Plus? That's something I wish I asked so much sooner, because I just was so, like, this is just my experience, but I was so anxious with the way that that the World of Warcraft environment was. People were very toxic towards new players, at least especially when I started playing. But even now, you know, it's hard for me to get my friends to come and play the game unless they're playing with me, or, you know, with somebody inside the circle, because, you know, or my guild. Even then, it's hard to find new people that are interested in jumping into such a toxic cesspool with a fucking production team from Blizzard that just doesn't care much about the community. Yes, we're getting Dragonflight. Dragons are bringing in fucking crazy numbers, and the retainability is awesome, but we are losing people still. Blizzard's losing people still. We're watching Diablo go up, become the #1 most sold game online or whatever in 2023, and then just crashing and being the least played Diablo whatsoever. So while it's varying and it's going up, you know, with Blizzard and their drama and whatnot, I don't believe that they're just gonna flip the switch and WoW's gonna be gone. It makes them too much fucking money, right? They could do it's a money printing machine, especially after they added the battle pass in. So, you know, all they have to do is start selling that currency, and we're going to start seeing them make probably a little bit more money from the same community, right? Triple dipping. I think that's a level of triple dipping. You know, well, it doesn't necessarily matter. I'm just thinking in my mind, you know, you got to buy the expansion, and thank God you only have to buy Dragonflight now. You don't have to spend $1 million on all the expansion packs. They're all just bundled in one. But you know, you gotta pay expansion pack, and then you gotta pay monthly or buy the yearly subscription, right? Pick one, and then you've got the paying for the cosmetic shit. But everything else in game, you know, you're looking at potentially pay to win scenario. It's on the spectrum. It's not as bad as a lot of the Korean games, but it's on the fucking spectrum. So, regardless, if we just were nice to each other, if I wasn't an asshole, if you weren't an asshole, if we all were just chilling, then we'd probably be having a better time while we're playing this motherfucking game. I'm just thinking, because I was playing a raid earlier, and so yeah, this is where we'll put in the other footage. I was playing a raid earlier, and it just sucked. I was wiping over and over and over and over and over again. And while there were a few kind-hearted people in there, the reason we were wiping isn't because I didn't know anyone necessarily. It was more or less because nobody stayed in there and shared how to do it to the people who didn't know. Only a few people, right? I was in there calling shots out, trying to help this out, trying to make this thing happen. I was in there doing my thing, but a lot of the people who are just coming and going are just coming and being toxic assholes. You guys suck. This is the easiest boss. Blah blah blah. It's like everyone says this is the easiest boss on every boss. Every boss. They'll be like, Sark is the easiest boss. Great. Heard the same thing about Lich King. Heard the same thing about Deathwing. Look, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying. If we're nice to each other, we'll probably build a nicer community of people to just maybe feel more likely to ask and help each other. If I felt more likely to ask, I would be more likely to help somebody out. That's why I want to help people out now. I found a good guild of people a long time ago who taught me the value of just being kind and not being secluded or whatnot. Because I wasn't necessarily just angry. I would play the game and do whatnot, but I was a solo player. I was playing an MMO completely alone. And I know there's a lot of people who do that, and I would bet you a good number of those people are doing it because they ran through a bad guild or whatever, they were asking a question and somebody shot them down. They've seen how the community is, but they don't hate the game. They just hate the fucking community. So they don't do anything and they don't ask anyone for help. Period. I know people are introverted and whatnot, but if we were just nicer to each other, nobody would be scared to ask questions. I think. Okay. Nobody would be scared to face retribution for asking questions should they be likely to ask a question. Yes? Everybody's like, I understand. Oh yeah, good. Alright, well. Anyways, thanks for tuning in and listening to me rant. I'm Jay Keogh. I want peace, happiness, and for you to find your muse. Take care. Bye.